9 homes have collapsed over the past week. Another one fell on Friday. So now piles of dangerous debris litter the beaches. Some homeowners have been taking preemptive measures. They hope to relocate their homes before the erosion gets to them first. And that's where folks like Barry Crum come in. He's the owner of Crum Works Incorporated, a company that specializes in moving homes off the beach. Barry, thank you for spending some time with us. Barry Crum, we appreciate your time. Talk to us about what this has been like for you and your team over the past week, watching so many of these homes fall victim to the ocean.
Well, it's been pretty heartbreaking because I've lived here all my life. I've watched a lot of storm damage happen, but I've never seen anything like this. The erosion that is attacking this particular spot at this time is just, I think it's unprecedented, at least in our area.
Yeah.
Another thing that's hard is when these houses are going in, the ocean is so rough at that time that we really can't do anything but just sit back and watch.
It really has felt like slow motion once we see these homes fall off their pilings, as really the surf has just ripped them apart. Barry, you specialize in lifting homes, relocating homes. Can you walk us through the process of how all of that works?
Yeah, so and it can be a little tricky here when the ocean is under the houses, but so we'll put some structural steel under the house, and then we'll lower the house onto some special dollies that are for moving heavy objects, and then we pull them to safety.
So this
We
is
also
maybe something that would be good for those second row and third row homes.
Yeah, we're talking to homeowners that are second and third back, and we're looking at preemptive measures. We're also doing sandbags to try to protect what's there. We're going to be putting in pilings, like sistering pilings, and putting them down really deep so that when the sand scours out, the homes are able to stay and withstand the tide. And we've already done that to some homes. There's a big blue house that's out there, and it's out in the ocean, but it hasn't. It's still level, and it's safe. So we're doing everything we know to do to try to save these homes.
Barry, we did want to ask you, Jane and I were discussing before we started this interview, how do the pilings work? I mean, we're familiar with construction here in New York City or cities away from the coastline, but on a barrier island, are you just driving this into sand and hoping that you go deep enough, or, are they anchored? How are the pilings put in?
Yeah, so, it's everything here is sand. There's no silt or clay. So the pilings are actually jetted in, and then they're impacted after they're jetted in. The problem that we're having is these homes that are falling were built in the 70s and 80s, and the codes back then were different than they are now. So the codes now seem to be pretty close to sufficient to keep these homes safe, but the older homes, not so much. So they have to be retrofitted. So that's one of the programs that we're implementing.
So, Barry, if I'm understanding, you're literally just driving the pilings into sand. There's no cement or anchoring set up.
No cement. Believe it or not, the sand is actually a very stable ground to work, as opposed to like clay or some of the soils that you guys have up north. You guys have to drive the pilings so deep because it's just mud.
Yeah.
But the sand is stable until it all gets washed away. So that's
the struggle.
I'm just thinking, you mentioned you're having these conversations with these second and third row homeowners about lifting their homes or in some cases relocating them. But I mean, where are you relocating them to? Because when you think about
land.
Right, I mean, thinking about the land that they're on right now, and obviously the proximity to the beach and the benefits of all of that, which is why you build there in the first place, where do you go?
Yeah, that's tricky. So a couple of the houses that we're getting ready to move, they were on deep lots. So we'll be able to move the houses 100, maybe 150 foot back away from the ocean. and that should buy them a good amount of time. Uh, and then there are some lots in the area, but you're right, there's not enough lots for every house. So that's why we're doing other measures like sandbags, just to try to buy some more time. And we're really pushing hard for jetties and beach nourishment.
A long-term solution.
Feel like the jetty is a long-term solution. It'll really help stabilize and build the beach on the north side where we're having these issues.
I mean, it's a tough conversation and a lot of things to figure out. You know, one of the things that pops to my mind is money. You know, obviously it's a bigger conversation of who pays the price tag. But Barry, if you don't mind me asking, what is the price of moving one of these homes?
Well, it can be 50 or 60,000 for the moving part, but then you've got a new foundation, septic, driveway, steps, sometimes
Electric.
deck.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, 200,000-300,000, even more. You know, it's an expensive endeavor.
It is, absolutely. Oh, Barry, when we look into obviously what has happened over the past week, and as you know, the king tide arriving through tonight with the supermoon, it's going to create another round of a coastal flood danger for the Outer Banks. Do you worry that you're going to see more homes fall this week?
I do, and that's what we're going to be focused on. Is there's a few houses in particular that are not looking good, but we are still able to work them with the conditions right now. So we're going to be shoring those houses up so that they can make it through the next set of storms
Now,
or waves.
Barry, obviously we look at this from an outsider's perspective. For a local, what's the feel?
I think a lot of people are kind of in shock. I mean, this is hard. Even though most of these homes aren't local people, we're still all pretty devastated over it. I mean, I haven't been able to sleep a few nights, and I'm making money off of this, but it's still, it's not cool. It stinks.
It is. I mean, you think about these beautiful homes that have stood there for the last 50 years in some cases.
And this beautiful
right?
beach and ocean that is now tarnished by debris.
Right. All the memories that have been made as people who have maybe vacationed in these homes over the years see it wash away. So, Barry, I know that you and your team, you're local. This hits home, and we're going to keep amplifying this story as best as we can to hopefully see the work that needs to get done to protect these homes. We appreciate your time here coming on to Fox Weather.
And we appreciate you. Thank you.